to Morning Vibes with Dr. Jerry the First, episode 185. It's Saturday, the 17th day of March 2018. My name's Dr. Jerry the First Oguzie. I am speaking on the title, Are You Chronically Unhappy? Do this one thing for yourself. There's no gainsaying the fact that life can sometimes be very, very hard. And there's no escaping the reality. No matter how much it is packaged well or properly, as the case may be, there will come a time when we are so buffeted from all sides that we begin to wonder if this life is really worth living. It's impossible to live well without encountering some level of struggle. And there are some seasons in our lives that are especially heartbreaking. I know of a couple who, over the course of 15 months, suffered what could break anyone. It was a period of profound loss for them. First, they both lost their jobs at about the same time, and also lost their house due to an escalating mortgage. It was a financially scary and uncertain time for them. They became chronic warriors and extremely unhappy. Well, they started learning to get back to themselves. And just as they were learning to navigate their new reality, they were hit with the devastating loss of a mentor from cardiac arrest. The loss of such a key figure in their lives was quite intense. They mourned him and mourned him and mourned him. They were absolutely devastated and knocked down to what seemed like the lowest of lows for weeks on end. And just as they were beginning to get back on their feet, one of their older brothers committed suicide. With so much loss in quick succession, there were days when all they could accomplish was just getting out of bed and wandering in the house with moronic eyes. It was a great struggle, but as the days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months, and the months into years, they learned to press forward. They learned that they had no other choice but to live their own lives and to develop the strength of mind and the resilience to do that. And the one thing that helped them tide over those gloomy years was the vital lesson they learned about self-love and self-care. And that is the magic that makes smiling again after so much losses. The truth is, everyone experiences unhappy circumstances on occasions. But there's a big difference between experiencing bouts of unhappiness and living a habitually unhappy life. That's what chronically unhappy people do. They live a habitually unhappy life. And although many of them are afraid to admit it, a vast majority of their happiness stems from their own personal, perpetual self-neglect. In studies that have been carried out over time, it has been found out that of all the negative behaviors holding back chronically unhappy people, self-neglect is at the very top of the list. And even if you are generally a happy person, self-neglect is something that can easily creep up on you. The key is to give yourself the extra attention you need and deserve. Resisting and ignoring your own feelings and emotions does not serve you well. It leads to stress, illness, confusion, broken relationships, fits of anger, and bouts of deep, dark depression. Anyone who has experienced any of the above knows that those states of mind are horrifically unhealthy. And when you're in the habit of self-neglect, it's near impossible to escape. If you have been unhappy over a long period of time, it is time for you to admit to a certain extent that you have spent too much of your life trying to shrink yourself, trying to become smaller, quieter, less sensitive, less opinionated, less needy, less you, because you felt broken and you didn't want to be too much or push people away. You wanted to fit in. You wanted people to like you. You wanted to make a good impression. You wanted to be wanted so you could feel healed. So for years, you sacrificed yourself for the sake of making other people happy. And for years, you suffered. But you're tired of suffering and you're done shrinking, right? Now, aren't you? It's not your job to change who you are in order to become someone else's idea of a worthwhile human being. You are worthwhile, not because other people think you are, but because you are breathing your own free air given to you by God. And therefore, you matter. Your thoughts matter. Your feelings matter. Your voice matters. And with or without anyone's approval or permission, you must be who you are and live your truth. Even if it makes people turn their heads, even if it makes them uncomfortable, even if they choose to leave. You may have been broken down by adversity, but you're not broken right now. So don't let others convince you otherwise. Heal yourself by refusing to shrink. Choose to take up a lot of space in your own life. Choose to give yourself permission to meet your own needs. Choose to honor your feelings and emotions. Choose to make self-care a top priority. In summary, just choose yourself. And of course, if you're struggling with any of these things, know that you are not alone. Many of us are right here with you, working hard to better our lives, to think more clearly, and to get back on track. Until I come your way again, this is Morning Vibes with Dr. Jerry the First. This program is powered by Top Media and Communication Nigeria. All rights reserved. Thank you for listening to this broadcast today. It would please us to no end if you continue to visit our podcast. And so to be able to do that, kindly click on the red subscribe button towards your right to subscribe to our channel. In the same vein, also click on the bell beside the subscribe button so that you can always receive the notification for any new podcast we upload. Also give us a thumb up to like this podcast. These help us to grow. And do help us share the podcast to your friends in the different social media sites you belong to. Click on the share tab just below the podcast and share directly from there. The full text of this podcast is on our blog, and would you want to read it, kindly visit the blog. We have a Facebook page where we also post our podcast on a daily basis. If you're on Facebook, kindly like our Facebook page. The links to our blog and our Facebook page are in the description box right below. Thank you for your attention. Do have a very nice day.